for a second because we got a 10 pull out of Minato going down here. So he is going to be banking on Goody going command center first and maybe secure himself another quick victory. Is Goody going to go command center first on this map though? Let's see. No, it's going to be a barracks on top of the ramp, I think. Yes, it is. So no 10 pull. And if Goody just completes the wall off as he should and races the supply depots, something he forgot last game, so he should be good.
He should be very, very good indeed. So we'll wait to see what's coming down at the moment. Gasso could potentially be a Reaper. It's a nice map for it. So I think Reaper coming in on Cloud Kingdom, really solid. Minato may not follow this up with huge amounts of aggression. And we'll wait to see what comes out once the spawning pool finishes. That's the big question because he hasn't started any drones yet. So it should be 6 lings. There we go. And he may go 8, but I don't think he'll get any more than that. He should then switch back into some drone production because otherwise you're committing so much. And as Goody hasn't gone for that command center early, it's not going to be able to do very much damage.
No, I don't think it will be able to do much. Goody doesn't have the wall off completed though, and he's not scouting. That's one of the things that just is Goody. That's Goody. He doesn't scout as much. And 10 Zerglings are on the way. This is not just 6 lings into an expansion and into a lot of drones. No, this is actually a pretty greedy move. We have another barracks coming up, but another barracks is not going to help him as much. He needs a wall off more than anything, and he's not going to have it in time, I feel. If he builds a supply depot, I don't even think it's going to be next to the barracks. And here come the lings.
He's going for more Reapers. This is Goody is the SCV. Oh. The SCV's not good. The SCV build up. Put it up. No!
Oh no! Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Goody. Well, only 6 lings got in, not the full 10 of them. So I guess that's a little bit of light in the darkness.
I guess. Of course, these lings, they're just like, hey Reapers, what up? And they're just the Reapers having to dance around. Both barracks have now been scouted. You know precisely what your opponent's doing. Meanwhile, that supply depot is taking a nice little bit of beating, and I really hope Goody starts repairing that. Otherwise, it's going to make me a bit sad. This one mule just casually sitting in the middle of the base, just like, hey, what's going on? The supply depot getting very low. Luckily, the Reapers working away the Zerglings in time, and well, that wasn't too disastrously bad.
No, that was actually a good defense. Apart from not raising the supply depot, after that everything was perfect. 0 workers killed, no units lost at all by Goody. He killed all 10 Zerglings without losing a Reaper, without losing a single SCV. He did lose a mule, and he did lose a lot of mining time on his SCVs because they were forced to be pulled off the mineral line. But now is his time to do some counter damage because there's no Roach Warren on the field just yet, and there's a lot of Reapers coming out. 2 Rax Reaper is what Goody is going for. And he might be able to snipe some drones here. Only 1 queen out on the field too. This is very dangerous times right now for Minato.
He is. He committed a lot to that push. His Roach Warren is nowhere near done. And these Reapers are just going to keep streaming. And with combat drugs, can heal up. 1 goes down. Nice little snipe off there by Minato. Quite lucky. But the queen is now going to die. And guess what? He doesn't have any more of those. He just has drones remaining. He's got 3 roaches coming down. Another queen on its way. But the Reapers are still coming. A couple of drones could easily get killed off here. And of course, with just so many Reapers, it's not going to be too fun. And I'm surprised Goody's actually focusing down the hatchery. Because that's not the most effective use of a Reaper.
No, it's not. The 3 Reapers now coming into the main base. The queen is out of position, but the roaches are popping out. Actually, there is no queen on the map. I said the queen was out of position, but there's no queen currently alive. And these Reapers are going to have a field day for a little while longer. The roaches, of course, going to spread themselves out and do as much to negate any kind of damage they can do. The Reapers have not been able to kill anything, really. They've not killed a worker yet, but they're going to kill a roach. Now they're going to...
Oh, they're getting some ruckers now. Here they go. And of course, this is where they just start chipping away at everything. The damage Reaper not getting focused, unfortunately. That would have been a nice little thing for Minato to pick off there quickly. So, yeah, and, well, Goody's actually done really well this game. Considering he let those lings in early, he's only lost 100 resources. That is just, like, credit, like, unachievably good play, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. That was really exceptionally good by Goody, but he has to go and defend against these roaches right now that are marching across the field. It's only 4 of them though, so I think he should be fine. What does he have in terms of defense? 8 Marines, he has those Reapers, and his command center is still on the high ground, so he's going to be absolutely fine against these roaches here. He is down in workers though. Goody's down 8 workers because his command center was very, very late. It's just now finished up, the orbital command is.
Well, This is a little bit of counter-aggression, but it's not going to be enough to push it, as you said. The Orbital Command completely safe, Lurlian, and, well, the Roche is actually getting taken out. The Reaper's doing a really nice job here, and getting a bit of revenge for their fallen brethren. So, this is a really strange game now. One Overlord going down. Oh, Minato did not need that to happen. And this is, well, Goody, he's just going for a bit more counter-aggression yet again.
Yeah, Goody's going to be pushing in here. He kills roaches with Reapers. That's not a sight you see every day. And this Sergeant Reaper here, that has definitely been good to Goody. 11 kills on this Reaper here, excuse me, doing very well for itself in this game. How many units do we have out on the field for Minato right now? He's got nothing. He's producing 24 Zerglings, and that's lucky, man. They're going to be out just in time. There's even 2 Zerglings with this attack, and a Siege Tank, of course, with Siege Mode available, because it no longer requires research in Heart of the Swarm.
Now, of course, with this bunker going up as well, Goody's getting himself in a really nice position. Once that tank sieged up, it could be really good. And to be honest, Minato has to go now, and I'm glad he does, because he's got to be able to knock out that tank very quickly, because otherwise the damage is just going to be catastrophic. But as we can see, the tank did get down. The other one lifted over from a boost medevac. Such a smart move from Goody there. And as we see, he's just in a beautiful spot. He's got that tank replacing the one that died, and he's going to take down these evolution chambers. He's going to start besieging into this natural. The Zerglings are going in as the evolution chamber goes down to the Broodlings throughout, but just so many units here, and with a bunker down in it as well, this is a really hard contained for Minato to break.
Yeah, he is gonna end up breaking it though, but at what cost? He's lost a lot here, but at what cost? He did lose a lot there, not in terms of workers, but in terms of resources that he spent on Zerglings that basically ran into that meat grinder for such a long time. And now the natural is up and running for Goody, but the time has come for Minato to attack again, because Goody doesn't really have a lot of units. He went for a 3rd command center, but he has a siege tank on the high ground. That is, of course, a big help.
It's true what you said, he didn't lose many workers, but he produced so many units that meant that they weren't drones ultimately. So the worker count actually equal, and therefore, thanks to mules, Goody is quite a long way ahead. But 14 Banelings now morphing into the watchtower, more Zerglings on their way over. The 3rd base getting taken by Minato in their hidden position. So this is not an all-in desperation move, but he's got to do some nice damage here. The tank on the high ground, as you pointed out, going to really help, but there's so many Banelings.
Yeah, there's a lot of Banelings here, and they're going to cut those SCVs off, and boom, there they go. A lot of work is going down right there. Basically, every SCV at this expansion is going to get annihilated in just a matter of seconds. Taking a look at the worker kills at 18 workers killed by Minato, and this game was looking so good for Goody a little while, just a few seconds ago, but definitely good damage done with the Banelings here. Not game-ending damage, but once again, significant damage.
Yeah, significant damage. The Orbital Command being forced to lift as well, that delays things just by a little bit, and the tanks on the high ground just really have saved Goody quite a lot. But
yeah,
the worker count, Minato's now 10 ahead, which isn't a huge amount when you've got 2 mules there, but the 3rd hatchery is nearly done. Once that's complete, Minato will get into a really comfortable position where he can start a lot more production, and with the upgrades coming out as well, I think everything's piecing together as he would want. So Goody, what's his position going forward from here? Well, he's meching, as we can clearly see from all of the factories. He needs to make sure that he gets himself into a relatively nice turtled up position, where Minato can't just keep throwing units at him, because the strength of mech is in numbers, and if he doesn't achieve that, he could run into some problems. And I love the fact that he's going for this Hellback drop as well, Lurlian, because if he gets some good damage here, he can really level out that work count quickly.
He can. Has Goody seen that 3rd base on the left? No, he has not. There's a Banshee flying over around here that might be able to deny that base, especially these 2 Hellbats will be able to. He sees the creep, and now he realizes, so there's your 3rd base. It's not in the usual position, but it's a little bit different. But he is going to decide to, nevertheless, still drop in natural, and those Hellbats are starting to roast some drones.
Yeah, not getting a huge number, but just a couple there is definitely good, because if you knock a couple down, you're going to be in a relatively nice spot to level it out. You can come and then re-drop into this 3rd base. A lot of Lings getting called. The Banshees just doing a huge amount of damage. The Queen is dead, so the Banshee now has just free reign. The drop coming back into the natural, wasting more mining time, and the Banshee, the medevac gets taken out. The Banshee, though, is still working away at this hatchery, and if he weakens it up, it's always going to be a vulnerability in Minato's side of the map.
Yeah, the Queen will be spawning in about 10 seconds, and the Queen will have enough HP, I think, to deal with that Banshee, because the Banshee's already damaged a little bit. And yeah, there they go. Who's gonna win? A Queen at full HP or a Banshee at not full? Well, the Banshee is gonna be forced away, so the Queen will win that fight for now.
Yeah, this is, to be honest, not a huge problem for Goody. He's leveled out the work account, actually pulling ahead 54 to just 53 after the last wave. But with those mutas coming up, is Minato going to have much success? With 2 Thors there, he's not going to have much fun engaging into the army. But there aren't any missile turrets down yet. So, oh no, so there are. There's 3 missile turrets. Where are they hiding? Okay, one in the natural and one in the main mineral line. So he is actually okay there, and therefore these mutas aren't going to be able to do anything.
No, not much. And how is Minato gonna defend this third base? Goody in a pretty good position to take out the Queen, take out some Lings here, the drones as they try to get it out of there. And there's, what's the army composition right now for Minato? He's got 10 Banelings, 3 Mutas, and 23 Zerglings, aka nothing at all to deal with this army. I mean, there's only 2 Thors, but 2 Thors are really powerful against very low amounts of Mutas. There's a Viking there to support, a few Marines to support. All in all, he does have enough anti-air.
Now, the big thing is Minato has to deal some considerable damage here because he's lost his third. Goody, meanwhile, has taken his third. But I just don't see how Minato's going to be able to push up into here. The tanks are in a nice spot. There's the Thors there. The Banshees are getting taken out by the Mutalists at the moment. But most of the ground army has now been taken out. There's still a Thor ready and waiting to start picking away at those Mutas. And Goody, really, he lost a couple of units, but nothing substantial. Minato, though, lost essentially all of his standing army and a third base.
Yeah, Minato's getting into an increasingly difficult position right now. Still not mining off at third base, losing it and getting mining denied there for such a long time. Now trying the more conventional expansion on the right side of his main base. But like you said, he is incredibly far down right now. He's got 4 mutas on the field and he needs to invest all his money into drones and upgrades. If you're behind, there's a few ways you can come back. And one of those ways is by just taking a huge risk in terms of making nothing but drones for a few minutes, get an extra expansion, and just hope you're not going to get attacked. Because if Minato gets attacked, right now he's going to die.
Well, speaking of that extra expansion, Minato, he's got it down in the bottom right. And as long as Goody doesn't scout that, which is unlikely, then he should be okay. But Goody is moving across the map. He's at 150 supply to 101 of Minato. That puts him, well, monumentally further ahead in terms of the sheer units. And now this third yet again is looking like a huge vulnerability. And if this falls, I really don't see Minato coming back.
No, I don't think so either. The Zerglings are coming in here, but it's just Zerglings. Oh, but the Mutas are coming in. There's only 2 Thors left. Do they have enough anti-air power? I think they will barely do, but more Zergling reinforcements are going to be streaming in here. And Minato seems to be holding on just for now. I really think he was going to die to that push outright. Goody, maybe not quite handling that the best as he would have possibly been able to. Missile turret was constructed there. I'm not really sure what for. Not going to be able to do much. And now Minato has got a third base, got a fourth base. Maybe he can make a comeback.
He can. And as I said, if the third base had gone down there for Minato yet again, it probably would have been GG. There's really no way to come back from that far behind economically. But with 4 bases up, and one of which unbeknown to the Terran, that's just going to allow Minato to pump drones, which he really desperately needs to do, because currently it's 75 SCVs, 67 drones. But what Minato's choosing to do at the moment is go for Ultras, get some more Lings out, and the 3-3 upgrades, plus Adrenal Glands. So really an aggressive style. And the trouble is this is all being forced because he feels like Goody is just throwing units after units. He knows Goody's on 3 bases and can produce a lot, and he's got to have a defense mounted. But while he's doing that, he's still staying behind economically. So the next wave, the wave after that, are just going to get stronger and stronger and stronger for Goody.
Yeah, it's going to be once again super difficult for Minato to defend. He's currently supply blocked at 120, which is not a good thing. He's trying to go for Hive Tech. The Zerglings stream in a little bit prematurely, but from behind the Banelings come. They are able to take out a few of the siege tanks, but the Hellbats in the front, the siege tanks in the front are still alive. The Banelings crash into the siege tanks and aren't able to do much. I think this time the Goody.
Yes, so many drones went down there, Lurlin. That was pretty devastating. And now with this third down, if Goody scouts out this bottom right base, which he has now seen, then it could be lights out for Minato.
Yeah, I think it will be lights out at this point. Goody is up by 60 supply over his opponent, pushing into that hidden, not really hidden anymore, bottom right base. Will be able to take that out, and Minato is going to be restricted to 2 base production. He has 5 Ultralisks on the way, and they will have good upgrades. I mean...
oh, the drone's running straight into Hellbats. Oh, that was painful to watch, and yeah, this is GG now, really. There's nothing Minato can do.
I feel about the same way, but Minato is going to give it one more shot. I mean, he worked so hard on getting his Ultralisks out. He's like, well, I'm going to give it a shot, even though I know I don't really have a chance. I mean, Goody's going to be on 4/5 bases, 6 bases behind this even. He's going to give it one more try. He's going to run in there with all his Banelings, his Ultras, and smash his head into... Well, actually, he might be able to kill this small army.
Well, he may be able to, but he's losing some more Zerglings, and he's just throwing money at a force which ultimately Goody can just pretty much instantly resupply. He's forced to cancel the 3rd, trying to go down above the natural, and it comes down to the simple fact that you don't have to be an expert at StarCraft to see that Goody is at 160 supply and Minato is at 80. That anyone can say, well, I'm probably going to guess the one with the much bigger number is in a much better position, and that really is the simple fact it comes down to in this game at the moment.
Yeah, Goody could just A-move for the victory right now. Here comes Minato for the last-ditch attempt. He sees the amount of Hellbats and Thor's behind that, and he's not going to be too happy about that. Well played gets called as Goody, playing for ESC, going to be taking his first victory in this show match series, which is going to be making the score 2 for Minato and 1